What's up, guys? Welcome back, and today we are going to discuss an end game meta build for Diablo 4 called Rapid Fire Rogue. You can find this build at d4builds.gg. Let's go ahead and talk about it, starting with the skill tree. So for the basic skill, you'd want to take Heartseeker. Heartseeker fires an arrow that seeks an enemy, dealing 31% damage and increasing your critical strike chance. And yes, that stacks up to 15%. And then we're going to enhance it. When Heartseeker critically strikes when enhanced, it gains plus 8% attack speed for 4 seconds. Double this amount if the enemy is vulnerable. So we're going to go ahead and check out Fundamental Heartseeker, which basically increases our critical strike damage, not chance, damage by 5% for up to 25%. All right, so now we're gonna move on to our core skill. So this is what the entire build is about: rapid fire. We're gonna max that out all the way. It rapidly fires 5 arrows. Each arrow deals 34% damage, 34% for each of that 5 arrow. Now we're going to enhance it. Each subsequent arrow from the rapid fire has a 5% increased critical strike chance. Every single one arrow up to 40% for the 8th arrow. But you're already gonna get 10 arrows by casting it twice. So it's basically an increase, an almost guaranteed critical strike for every double cast or single cast of this. You get what I'm saying here? Enhancing rapid fire, right? Advanced rapid fire deals 30% increased critical strike damage. So similar to Fundamental Heartseeker, which increases Heartseeker's critical strike damage, this one also increases Rapid Fire's critical strike damage for 3 seconds. 30% for 3 seconds. Dude, that 3 seconds is going to be huge because all of these arrows are going to be firing at them continuously. You get what I mean? It's gonna take, you're probably gonna be able to hit them with like 10 or like 15 arrows in less than 3 seconds, something like that. Now we're gonna take a couple of passives here at the core skills. We're gonna get Sturdy. So Sturdy makes it so that you get 12% damage reduction. You're gonna need that because you wanna kind of go in, kill people there, and then like be able to still go out of range and then attack them with rapid fire. You want to be able to take that damage basically. Now we're gonna go for Siphoning Strike, which heals you for 1% of your maximum life when critically striking close to enemies. Remember, you don't have to kill them, you just have to critically strike close to them, and that will basically 100 critical strikes heals you for 100%. So now we're gonna take Stutter Step. Critically striking, see how many effects critically striking is already giving us, and we're getting increase in critical strike chance from enhanced rapid fire and like enhanced Heartseeker. So all of these will basically synchronize with each other. So Stutter Step makes it so that critically striking an enemy grants 15% movement speed for 4 seconds. You're basically going to be darting through the entire encounter. All right, so now we're going to move on to agility skills. We got Weapon Master. You gain a bonus when attacking based on weapon type. All of these are great. Daggers get 15% increased damage to healthy enemies. Sword, a 9% increase in damage. Bows, 12% increased damage to, again, vulnerable enemies. Crossbow gets a 15% increase in critical strike damage. So all of it are great. Take that. Max it out. Now we're gonna get Dash. Dash forward and slash enemies for 52% damage. Not only is it a good reposition tool, it's also a great initiator tool when you come in and you start the fight. Now then, we're gonna go here at Subterfuge. The Subterfuge skill, we're gonna take Dark Shroud. So it surrounds yourself with up to 5 protective shadows. You gain 11.2% damage reduction per active shadow, all right? So each time you take a direct damage, the damage is reduced and the shadow is consumed. Now if you enhance Dark Shroud, it has a great effect wherein there's a 10% chance that the Dark Shroud doesn't get consumed. And finally, countering Dark Shroud, while you have at least 4 active shadows from Dark Shroud, you gain, that's right, 8% critical strike chance, which again chains well with all of our other critical strike effects. Now we're gonna take Exploit, which makes it so that you deal 18% increased damage to healthy and injured enemies. No escape from that, man. Now we're going to go to the Imbuement skill. We're gonna take Shadow Imbuement. Imbue your weapon with Festering Shadows. Your next 2 imbuable skills wherein shadow imbuement, takes effect, deals shadow damage and infects enemies for 6 seconds. This shadow damage, keep that in mind. I'm gonna explain to you something later. It infects enemies and explodes on death. So if you kill an enemy that's infected by it, it explodes. Now, what happens if you don't kill it? It instead deals another 56% damage to that enemy. So it's both good for crowd, wherein everybody gets damaged, for like low ads, and it's good for like boss fights or really beefy enemies, wherein you deal 112% total damage in a couple of seconds. Now, enhancing Shadow Imbuement makes it so that you have a 15% increase in critical strike chance against injured enemies infected by Shadow Imbuement. And finally, Mixed Shadow Imbuement makes it so that enemies infected by Shadow Imbuement takes 12% increase non-physical damage from you for 8 seconds. That's right, shadow damage. Now, we're gonna take Precision Imbuement, which basically makes it so that imbued skills gain 9% increase in critical strike chance. Everything is getting critical strike chance, man. So now we're gonna go to our ultimate skill. First, let's talk about the passive. We're gonna get Adrenaline. While moving, you gain 15% increase in energy regeneration, but we're gonna be moving a lot because you're a rogue. You're gonna be repositioning, dashing in, dashing out, all of that good stuff, and you're gaining 15% increase energy regeneration during the entire thing. Now, we're gonna take Shadow Clone, and this Naruto thing is very overpowered. Check it out. So your shadow mimics your action for 15 seconds, which basically doubles everything that you cast, right? And it deals 60% of the damage that you would have dealt. Now, that's not the cool part about this. Let's say you're stunned or you're slowed or impaired, something like that. Prime Shadow Clone makes it so that you are unstoppable for 5 seconds after casting. That also means that if you were able to somehow cast this while you were already, what is this, impaired, it would take away the impairment. And if you weren't impaired, then you cannot get impaired for 5 seconds. Now, Supreme Shadow Clone makes it so that your Shadow Clone deals an additional 20% of your damage. That's almost, was that like almost maximum damage that you're dealing, but you're dealing massive amount of damage. So imagine imagine you almost dealing twice the amount of damage. And finally, the key passive is Precision. Now, Precision makes it so that critical strikes with marksman skills grants you Precision. You gain 4% increased critical strike damage per stack of Precision. You crit, you get Precision. Your Precision gives you more crit damage. Now, it stacks up to 20%. When you reach the maximum Precision, your next marksman skill is guaranteed a critical strike that deals 40% increase critical strike damage, then consumes all stacks of Precision. Like, what else am I... what else do you guys wanna hear from this? This is gonna be one of the best simple rogue builds that's basically gonna smash through almost all dungeons, and you're definitely gonna be able to deal massive amount of damage during raids, boss fights, and such. Yo, check this out. It's definitely worth a try. And if you want to see more breakdowns like this, don't forget to hit that follow, that like, that share right here in When in Manila Plays. Take care, guys. Bye.